The real crisis is not that AI can write. The real crisis is that we can't tell if it's an AI behind the keyboard or a human. Currently, on a lot of social media platforms, people are panicking about M dashes, Oxford commas, parallel structures, floating opposites. And they are attacking the authors and attacking the idea like a criminal investigator. That panic is misplaced. It's not about writing. The real crisis is that we don't know if it's a human on the other end of the keyboard or an AI. The panic is about the collapse of the way that we understand knowledge itself. What we are experiencing is a crisis of epistemology. It's the crisis of a trust system we have used between generations as a way to transfer knowledge over the last few thousand years. People aren't scared that AI produces a text. People are scared that they can no longer tell who produced the text. People don't know how to judge if the origin of the word is ambiguous. So how do they react? They cling to visible markers like M dashes and Oxford commas, formatting issues. The things that make writing still feel human. We've actually been here before. In the late 1400s, there was a monk named Johannes Trithemius, and he wrote a book called In Praise of Scribes. Two arguments. One, writing by hand is holy. Two, mechanization, the printing press, destroys the soul of the text. If we stop copying manuscripts manually, something human will disappear forever. He wasn't defending writing, he was defending a world where writing equaled authenticity. Today's equivalent of Trithemius are the scribes scrolling through LinkedIn posts and Substack posts looking for M dashes and Oxford commas and calling people out on them. This looks AI generated. Therefore, is not human. Therefore, is not holy. Is not true. If a machine helped to produce this, so the thinking went back then as it does today, the meaning must be tainted. We cannot trust it. We are in an epistemic collapse. Writing used to be our epistemic anchor. It's what connected us to what we knew and how we passed that knowledge down through generations. If a sentence existed, a mind produced it. If a book existed, it carried intention, context, meaning, and identity. Writing was a container of human thought and the medium that preserved it across generations. AI breaks that chain. Text is abundant, authorship is ambiguous, effort is invisible, intention is unclear, and meaning is decoupled from the thinker. It's the first time in human history when our default assumption, quote, a human wrote this, no longer holds. And that's the collapse. And that is what's getting a lot of people very animated on these platforms. Because the collapse is totally invisible, we only focus on the one thing we can see, the M dash. A different way to think about the M dash. The M dash is the fly on Dolores's face at the end of episode 1 of Westworld. It's a tiny, trivial artifact, but it instantly tells us, the audience, that there's a glitch in the world. A signal that the old rules no longer apply. A hint that the system you trusted is breaking. And that's why the M dash feels so visceral. It's not the punctuation, it's what the punctuation reveals. There are three criticisms of this perspective. Number one, if an AI participates in writing, authenticity collapses. Two, if a model can mimic my voice, what's the point of my voice? Three, human expression loses meaning when machines can replicate it. All of those things are potentially true. It's trying to protect something we feel. The belief that our identity is embedded in the act of creating language. I write, therefore I am. If a machine can co-author our thoughts, what does that say about us? That isn't style, that's ontology. And that goes to something fundamental for humans. This is where I differ with that perspective. Human value never came from typing speed, grammatical quirks, mechanical struggle, or the labor of shaping sentences. Human value comes from judgment, from the ability to interpret, discern, and decide what matters. AI does not erase human thinking, it erodes the rituals that we used to rely on to prove human thinking. And that's why the old epistemic world feels like it's collapsing. Hybrid writing is not a threat, it is an amplifier. The printing press did not destroy writing, it democratized it. Calculators didn't destroy math, they elevated it. AI will not destroy human cognition. It will force us to think more cleanly. The future does not belong to those who can type. It belongs to those who can think. The M dash is not the problem. It's the glitch. It's the fly that reveals the collapse of our own epistemic world. The fear is not that AI will replace human writing. The fear is that hybrid writing, human plus AI, will reveal who is actually thinking. We're panicking about punctuation because it's the only part of the crisis we can still see.